Good morning and welcome back to Gardening with ADHD. I'm here for another blog. Want to talk about what's going on in my garden and show off the successes that we've been having and also a little bit of some of the setbacks. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, to start off with, I want to point out that I finally got some hummingbird food for the feeder. I know it looks like the hummingbirds have been eating it. I will be honest, unfortunately, I have no idea. I haven't seen any of them yet. I have seen hummingbirds around the yard, but I haven't actually seen any eating from the feeder. Now, with that being said, we put quite a bit of food in there, but luckily the warm Arizona sun has been heating up the liquid and actually forcing it out of the base. If you can see right there, you can actually see a little bit of the food where it's leaked out just from the heat pressure. So that was fun to discover, but yeah, that's fine. All right. So we've got our main box here, or not main box, but box number one. It's holding on pretty well. There are buds starting to come in on the tomatillo plant, so we're pretty excited there. This plant's doing pretty well, but not necessarily as good as some of the others. We still got our jalapeno here in the corner. I don't get this guy. He looks well enough alive. He's very green, but I'm not seeing any kind of buds or anything that would imply that we're going to get some fruit here soon. So a little frustrated there. Nothing yet on this cauliflower plant, but it's still healthy. It's still doing well. And then let's zoom in here. But then we're very excited on our salsa tomato plant. We've got a big one coming in already. So there's some additional flowers. So we're getting pretty excited for that. We eat a lot of salsa in our family, so we want a lot of those tomatoes. Let's see, our zucchini plant starting to get some flowers in, as you can see. Plant's doing pretty well. That little guy, we're not entirely sure what that is. We don't know if it's a vegetable plant or a tree, but we're kind of letting it go. See what happens with it. It's still small enough that we can pull it without damaging the bed. Radishes are doing well. I think they're still kind of small. I feel like the radishes and the carrots, we put them all in at the same time. Some are doing better than others, but I'm still not sure if they're actually doing well at all. We've got some small sprouts there, but then other big bushy ones, so who knows. All right, those beans, they were doing well. We planted those from seeds, but some of them aren't doing so great. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Not sure if it's overwatering or underwatering or just bad beans. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Those cucumber plants are doing well. The leaves are coming in nice and big. Still has a lot to go though. So, all right. And we've got our Mad Hatter peppers. Plant still doing well. Caterpillar clearly got to it, but I haven't seen any others. I did get a black light but wasn't able to see anything. And then we've got some Fresno Chiles here, starting to get some buds. So hopefully that means we get some fruit off of it. Not too long, but we'll see. All right, then we've got our herb pots. The lavender over here apparently does not want water every day, so learned that. I guess you really only want to water it once a week. So I'm cutting back. We're gonna see if we can salvage it. There's a little bit of green in there, so hopefully the plant isn't lost. But overall, these are doing okay. All right. We've got our green bell pepper. Again, like the jalapeno from the first bed, it's alive, but it's not doing much. So I'm not sure. I've got these big beef tomatoes. I would really love for these to come in, but I don't see any flowers yet. I think there was one little branch on there that had some flowers. Actually, yeah, you can see that right there, but still need some time. The beans are doing well, or actually these are the peas. We've actually got some on the vine, as you can see. My wife's pretty excited about that. She wants to eat some, so hopefully soon. We've got our cherry tomatoes, which this morning we counted about 4. But as I'm doing this recording in the afternoon, yeah, there's starting to get quite a few of them on there. So pretty excited. We like tomatoes. We've got our lettuce greens. I don't know. I feel bad cutting out stuff that's actually growing. So I don't know. We tried some. It wasn't the greatest, but I like having green stuff in my garden, so I'm leaving them for now. The cantaloupe, it hasn't progressed much from its sprout, but it's still going, so hopefully we'll get something out of it. We've got more green beans. We've got, again, same problem with the onions and carrots. I'm gonna have to do some more research and figure that out. We've got our habanero peppers. Again, plants doing well. Same with the I can't read the tag, but anyways, it's another bell pepper back there. They're doing fine. You know, seeing some small buds, but I wish the plant was getting bigger and had more heft to it. Some of the others have gotten a lot bigger, so it's really interesting to just see how different the plants are coming in. Got more of our pots. We think I was overwatering the pots, and so we actually went in and took the bases off. You can see those stacked up there to give some better drainage. We'll see what happens with those this week. All right, final bed. This one's doing pretty well. We don't have any broccoli coming in yet, but the plant's doing great, growing really big. Starting to see some buds on the pepper plants. You probably already saw it, but we've got a great tomato coming in on that plant. We've got some extra flowers. All right, so this one has been interesting. So this cucumber plant was a transplant from the garden store. It is doing fantastically well. I'm gonna have to kind of retrain some of it because it's moving towards the front of the box, and I want to get it all going up the trellis. But I've also got the bird netting in the way, so that's gonna be interesting. Some of our beans that we planted from seed, as you can see, are looking a little rough. They're not dead yet, but they're looking a little rough. And then we've got these beans up here that were transplants. So, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens there. All right, we've got more tomato plants. Got a lot of flowers on this one, so hopefully we'll get something good. We are kind of excited because we've actually got some jalapenos coming in. If I can get it, there it is. So we've got some jalapenos coming in, which we want lots of those. So overall, doing pretty good in the garden beds. Just, you know, the hardest part about all of this is just waiting. So, but we'll see. All right, strawberry beds. The organic strawberries are obviously a little worse for wear. Those are these three down in front. One, we ended up cutting everything back. It might be dead. We don't know. We'll see if it grows back. But the others, the leaves are all healthy, and we're cutting back fruit to get the plant to put more energy into growing the plant, getting a bit stronger so that it can survive. We've got our watermelon box, and this is doing great. I have nothing to worry about on this one, so I'm just kind of letting him do his own thing. We've actually got 3 plants going, but regardless, really healthy, and I think my youngest is going to be really excited to get some watermelon. Now for today, I'm actually really excited about this. This is my 3 sisters garden, getting you a top-down view. So in each corner, I planted some cantaloupe seeds, and they're actually doing really well. They've all got actual leaves on them, not just their leaflets. All right, sorry about that jump. Remember, kids, when uploading your videos, take them off of the memory card. Don't leave them there for posterity. Just get them off the card so that way filming doesn't stop, you know, in the middle. But anyways, back to the blog. So my 3 sisters garden, I am pretty excited about this week. As I was mentioning, we've got the cantaloupe in the 4 corners, and it's coming up. I wish it was coming up faster, but again, it's still alive, so we're calling it a win. The corn is coming up pretty well. The corn is obviously the ones with these little narrow leaves. I've got 9 stalks in. I thinned them out, so just kept the stronger ones. Now, around the outside, so basically there's 12 plants. I put 9, I believe the package just called them garden beans. And they're all coming up. These 2 here next to this one are still kind of small, but all of the others, I was actually kind of surprised because these have only been in the ground for about a week, and they're already this big. So I'm excited, but I'm also nervous because the whole point of the 3 sisters garden is that the vining plants can use the stalks on the corn to support themselves, and I'm just hoping that there's enough corn to do so. In addition, in between all of the corn, so the beans were placed next to the corn along the outside ring, but in between, so here, etc., I put peas, and they're all sprouting, they're all coming up. I have no idea how they're going to do. So there's a lot going on there. Regardless, I am really excited about it. It's doing a lot better than I was expecting. And when I am sitting on my patio, just relaxing, I can actually see the Three Sisters garden from there. And I'm excited to see what's going to come out of it. So that's what we got there. The last thing I want to show off is this. Now, I had this leftover soil, and it was just kind of sitting in that can, not doing anything, and I wasn't sure if that was going to ruin it. So I decided I wanted to get another bed and try something else. This was the one that was inspired by my sister-in-law. She decided she wanted to start a garden, and she opted to just use cinder blocks. Now, some people are, or some of you may actually, say, okay, well, that's a problem. You shouldn't use cinder blocks. There's chemicals that can leach out of it. From the research that I have done, that is actually no longer the case. Cinder blocks used to use coal ash. That's where the name cinder comes from. But they would use coal ash to actually fill it in and give some extra body to it. But they haven't done that in a long time. So these are just straight concrete blocks. The one thing that I have heard is that the lime in the concrete can leach into the soil. However, instead of leaching and taking over the entire bed, it more just sticks close to the concrete block. So it's actually not anything really to be worried about, at least in my research. So obviously do yours, decide what's best for you and your family, and go from there. The other thing I do like about the cinder blocks is all of the little holes essentially give you like a 5-inch planter pot. So what we want to do is we're going to use it for herbs, flowers, different things around the edge to kind of help whatever's in that garden bed. Only downside is we still don't know what we're putting in it. So I've got it set up. I've got some extra soil to put in it. All right, so last thing that I want to show off for today. This is going to be just more an admission, little bit of explanation as to why I call the channel Gardening with ADHD. This is my patio. If you've seen, I put up some pictures, basically showing this nice clean patio that was, easy to just sit and relax in. There's our deck chairs. But to be honest with you, if there's a flat surface, I'm going to end up putting something on it. Not necessarily for a purpose, just because I needed to put it down. So I definitely need to go through. I definitely need to clean up my work area. But this is me. So when I show you the pretty bits of the garden, just realize there's a pile somewhere behind it. And then last thing, I said I had gotten some additional potting mix. This is the stuff that I like to use, partly because it's basically Mel's mix, but in a prepackaged form, and in my opinion, a reasonable price. So I will be doing a video just on the garden soil mix and what I think makes a good mix and what I've been using in my garden beds up until now. But short answer, that's going to be a good mix if you want to get started. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're excited as I am to see what we get out of the garden. And we will talk to you next week. Thanks.